Hey guys, it's Harleywood. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on 3 popular triggers for the Glock platform. In no particular order, just in the order that I have obtained them. The first one is the Agency Arms. And I currently have that trigger in 3 different Glocks. This is my Glock 30S, my Glock 29, and my Glock 43. Golly, look at this. It's the trigger that I have the most experience with. I probably have 5,000 or 6,000 rounds through the various Agency Arms triggers at this point. I have only had problems in the Glock 29. The next one we're going to look at is this Fowler Industries trigger. Now, if you watched the build issue series that I had with this Gucci Glock 19, I have about 1,800 rounds through this particular gun now on this trigger, and it's fantastic. It breaks cleanly, it's very predictable, it's got a short reset, it's a very nice trigger. And most recently, that CMC trigger. Now, if you have a CMC trigger for your AR, you'll notice the similarity there. It's got that hook on the bottom. I've also got their barrel. This is the one that I was the least sure of. That hook does not look like it's going to be comfortable. I have 500 rounds through this as of today. I did a bunch of shooting with it this morning, and I reached 500 rounds. Now, I only have a sample size of 1 on this, as well as the Fowler Industries trigger. I have a sample size of 4 on the Agency Arms trigger, and I also have the most time behind the Agency Arms triggers. But I feel like 500 rounds gave me enough information to kind of talk about this one. All right, all of these guns have been cleared. Let's look at the Glock 43 here first. A little bit of take up and a clean break. The reset. It's very nice. Again, clean break. Three of my 4 Agency Arms triggers behave just like this, except for the Glock 29. Look at all the take up on this one. And look, it just broke. There's no discernible wall on this one. All the way to the back. Look at that. The break, there's hardly any movement for the break. You see that? Look at that. It broke. The trigger didn't even move. I do not like the Agency Arms trigger in this build. It might not be the trigger at all. It could be the safety plunger in there. I do not know. All right, the Fowler. This is a really nice trigger. A little bit of take up there. You hit a very discernible wall. A little bit of creep. Nice break. So people talk about Geisley and their carrot stick break. That's what I would equate this to. Very predictable every single time you hit the wall. Look at that. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, the hook on this thing. I did not think I was going to like this. I thought, God, that looks weird. I'm not sure if it's going to feel right. You actually don't even notice it. And if anything, I would say it actually helps you get very consistent finger placement. You've got a little shelf on the bottom here that you can rest on. It actually helps you be very, very consistent. Here's your reset. This probably has the shortest reset of all the ones you're going to see here today. And the break is not quite as carrot-esque as the Fowler, but it's damn close. Tiny bit of creep on it. Let's look at it through the whole range of motion here. All right, there's your wall. A little bit of creep. Boom. Very predictable. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to question what the pull weights are on these. Now, unlike on an AR-15 where the trigger is all contained, the springs that like the manufacturer can control everything, there are parts of the Glock that the manufacturer can't necessarily control. So while they may advertise it at 3.5 to 4 pounds, something like that, typically they're going to vary depending on what connector you have in there, the plunger springs that you have. I'm going to put some footage at the end of this video where I am going to put all of these on a pull gauge, but it's not going to be 3.5 pounds like the manufacturer may suggest, just because of some of the other components that my Glocks have. Depending on where you shop, your mileage may vary. I'm going to put links in the description below to where you can buy these. Currently, the Agency Arms trigger is about $135 to $145, depending on where you shop. The Fowler trigger is also about $140, $145. And the CMC, being the newest of the bunch, is currently hovering around $165 to $175, again, depending on where you shop. Regarding the price, with the Agency Arms and the Fowler, you only get the trigger and the trigger bar and the connector. This one though, you get the entire trigger housing back here. So you get the trigger bar, the connector, and this entire trigger housing with the ejector, as well as obviously the trigger shoe. You do not get this much with the Agency Arms or the Fowler. So yes, it's more expensive, but you do get an all-inclusive kit there. They make this for the Gen 1 to 3, as you see here, or for the Gen 4, which is what I have in the one you saw today. So the Gen 4 comes with the standard 30274 ejector there. And that is a good ejector. I don't know too many people that have had problems with that one. I noticed the Gen 3 here comes with the 336 ejector. Now, that one has been problematic for a lot of people. Some guys have no problems with them, some guys have fits. They are very easy to swap out. In fact, if you saw my Gucci Glock problem series, it was one of the things I actually tried to fix that Glock. I bought the 30274, slid this one out, slid the 30274 in. I think CMC should ship these with the 30274 just to avoid any problems. So which one should you get? Damn, man, I can't call it. It's almost just an aesthetic choice, very subjective at this point. I will say both the Agency and the CMC are flat shoe triggers, so they have a flat face on them. The Fowler, as you can see, is slightly rounded. Now for me, the Fowler feels a little bit better on the finger. Again, completely subjective. You may like the flat face trigger. And the CMC feels great. I was very, very surprised that that flat bottom, that little hook on the bottom there, doesn't bother me. I thought it would, but if anything, it gives you a shelf to rest your finger on. It's very easy to get your finger in the exact same position every time. The Agency Arms only comes in 2 colors to my knowledge, the Sniper Gray and the black. I do have both. The Sniper Gray is currently sitting on a shelf because I took it out of that Glock for the CMC trigger. To my knowledge, the Fowler comes in several different colors. So again, links in the description below to check out all of these. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any other comparisons that you think I should do on these, or you want to know anything else about them, hit me up in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, links in the description below to all of these. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Got lots more videos to come, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, let's test our pull weights. I'm going to stay as close to the bottom of the trigger shoe as I can. 4 pounds, 15 ounces. 4 pounds, 8.9 ounces. 4 pounds, 13 ounces. All right, here's the Fowler. 5 pounds, 11 ounces. 5 pounds, 5.9. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. And the CMC. 6 pounds, 11 ounces. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. 6 pounds, 6.8 ounces.